Sri Lanka, often called the Pearl of the Indian Ocean, is renowned for its breathtaking landscapes, rich biodiversity, and vibrant culture. Its forests and national parks are home to some of Asia's most iconic animals, including the majestic Sri Lankan elephant. These gentle giants are a symbol of the country's natural heritage and are integral to its ecological balance. However, rapid human development, expanding agriculture, and deforestation have increasingly brought humans and wildlife into conflict. One recent incident vividly illustrates this tension. A wild elephant attacked a vehicle carrying civilians in the Minuit district in southeastern Sri Lanka on January 1, 2023. This event not only drew media attention but also reignited discussions about the importance of respecting wildlife boundaries and managing human-wildlife interactions responsibly. On New Year's Day, 2023, in the Minuit district, part of the Uva province, a vehicle was passing along a road leading into or near Yala National Park, one of Sri Lanka's most important protected areas. The incident took place on a stretch of road that connects local communities to the park boundary, an area where elephants frequently wander in search of food and water. What happened? According to reports, the vehicle, a van carrying several passengers, approached a wild elephant that had strayed onto or near the road. The elephant, disturbed and agitated, reacted violently. It charged at the van, damaging the vehicle and causing a scene of chaos. Fortunately, no injuries were reported among the passengers, likely due to the vehicle's distance and quick response. The attack was attributed to the elephant's search for food and possibly because of the occupant's actions. Witnesses later stated that the people in the vehicle had been attempting to feed the elephant, a common but dangerous activity that often results in unpredictable animal behavior. Public and official reactions. The incident prompted immediate action from wildlife authorities. The Department of Wildlife and Conservation, DWC, issued instructions to arrest individuals involved in feeding wild animals, emphasizing that such acts pose serious risks to both humans and animals. The Director General of the department highlighted the importance of adhering to wildlife laws and respecting animal behavior to prevent such dangerous encounters. Furthermore, Yala Forest site officers were deployed along critical roads, such as the Butala-Kataragama route, to monitor and guide wild elephants away from human settlements. Their goal was to prevent elephants from wandering onto roads and to reduce the likelihood of conflicts. Yala National Park and elephant behavior. Yala National Park is Sri Lanka's second largest national park, covering approximately 979 square kilometers. It is a crucial habitat for a wide variety of wildlife, including the elusive Sri Lankan leopard, elephants, crocodiles, and numerous bird species. Its diverse ecosystems, comprising dry forests, grasslands, and lagoons, support a rich biodiversity that attracts thousands of tourists annually. Sri Lankan elephants are intelligent, social animals with complex behaviors. They are highly adaptable but also sensitive to environmental changes. During dry seasons, elephants often leave their usual habitats in search of water and food, sometimes venturing into human settlements or along roadsides. Elephants are known for their curiosity, and their large size combined with their unpredictable nature can make encounters dangerous, especially when they feel threatened or are provoked. They are also affected by habitat loss, which forces them into smaller areas and increases their chances of coming into contact with humans. Causes of human-wildlife conflict. The incident in Minuit is part of a broader pattern of escalating conflicts between humans and wildlife in Sri Lanka. Several factors contribute to these incidents. Habitat fragmentation and loss. The rapid expansion of agriculture, logging, and infrastructure development has fragmented the natural habitats of elephants and other wildlife. As forests are cleared for plantations or settlements, elephants are pushed into smaller, isolated patches of land, often near roads and villages. Agricultural expansion and crop raiding. Many conflicts arise from elephants raiding crops planted by local farmers. Elephants, in their search for food, often damage or destroy fields of rice, maize, and other crops, leading to economic hardship and hostility from farmers. Infrastructure and road development. Roads and railways that cut through wildlife habitats create corridors for animals to wander into human areas, increasing the risk of accidents and conflicts. Vehicles traveling through these corridors can disturb elephants and other animals, sometimes provoking defensive or aggressive responses. Feeding and human interaction. Feeding wildlife, whether intentionally or unintentionally, is a common practice in some communities. It can seem harmless or even helpful, but it often leads to animals associating humans with food, encouraging dangerous behaviors. The incident in Monongahela underscores how feeding can escalate to aggression. Lack of proper wildlife management. Inadequate wildlife management and insufficient buffer zones or corridors can exacerbate conflicts. Without proper planning, animals and humans are forced into closer proximity than is safe. Consequences and risks. While the recent incident resulted in no injuries, it highlights the potential for severe consequences. Injuries or fatalities. Both humans and animals can be seriously harmed or killed in such encounters. Property damage. Vehicles, crops, and infrastructure can sustain damage from elephants and other wildlife. Economic impact. Crop destruction and accidents can lead to financial losses for local communities. Psychological impact. Fear and trauma can affect communities living near wildlife habitats. Threats to conservation. Increased conflicts can lead to retaliatory killings or harm to the animals, undermining conservation efforts. Response strategies and conservation efforts. Government initiatives. The Sri Lankan government, through the Department of Wildlife and Conservation, has been working to mitigate conflicts with various strategies. Wildlife corridors. Establishing and maintaining corridors that allow safe passage for elephants and other species, reducing the need for animals to venture into human areas. Early warning systems. Installing surveillance and alarm systems to alert communities of animal movements. Relocation and rescue. Moving animals that are causing conflicts back into protected areas when possible. Enforcement of laws, penalizing illegal feeding, poaching, and habitat destruction. Community engagement and education. Public awareness campaigns are crucial. Educating local communities about the dangers of feeding wildlife, maintaining safe distances, and reporting sightings helps foster coexistence. Community-based programs that involve local residents in conservation efforts have shown promising results. Ecotourism and sustainable development. Promoting eco-friendly tourism generates income for local communities while emphasizing conservation. Responsible tourism encourages visitors and residents to respect wildlife and their habitats. Scientific research and habitat management. Ongoing research helps understand animal movement patterns and habitat needs, informing better land use planning and conflict mitigation strategies. The role of responsible behavior. The recent incident underscores the importance of individual responsibility. Feeding wild animals, although seemingly harmless, can have dangerous consequences. People living near wildlife reserves and national parks must understand that animals are unpredictable and that approaching or feeding them can lead to conflicts. Communities are encouraged to never feed or approach wild animals. Keep a safe distance and observe from afar. Report animal sightings or incidents to authorities. Support conservation initiatives and habitat preservation. Moving forward, building coexistence. Sri Lanka's future in balancing development and conservation hinges on collaborative efforts involving government agencies, local communities, conservation groups, and visitors. Key steps include strengthening wildlife corridors to reduce habitat fragmentation, implementing land use planning that prioritizes ecological connectivity, enhancing community participation in conservation and conflict mitigation, investing in research and technology to monitor wildlife movement, raising awareness about responsible behavior around wildlife. Educational programs targeting schools, local communities, and tourists can foster respect and understanding of wildlife. When people appreciate the ecological and cultural value of elephants and other species, they are more likely to support conservation efforts. The elephant attack incident near Yala National Park is a vivid reminder of the delicate balance between human needs and wildlife conservation. While elephants are national treasures and vital to Sri Lanka's biodiversity, their survival increasingly depends on responsible human behavior, effective management, and habitat preservation. As the nation continues to develop, it must do so sustainably, integrating ecological considerations into planning and community engagement. Only through shared responsibility and concerted efforts can Sri Lanka ensure the safety of its citizens and the continued existence of its magnificent wildlife. By respecting the boundaries of wildlife and understanding their behaviors, communities can foster a harmonious coexistence, one where humans and elephants share the landscape without conflict, ensuring the natural heritage endures for generations to come.